Welcome to another podcast in the series with Driverpay directors Mike Tyers and Lee Kerr. Guys, I would like to explore the future of Driverpay and really what's going to be happening with money, because money seems to be changing. You know, you've got all these fancy cryptocurrencies, Google Pay, Uber and other taxi companies there. Putting payment systems in. Are you guys going to be out of business in about 4 years' time?
Absolutely not. We looked at everything because as owning a taxi company as well, both of us have owned fleet in our lifetimes and been part of many taxi companies. We understand the business, and because we understand it, we've looked at address that. So the kiosk does take cash, but the whole of Driverpay is not just about the kiosk taking cash. It also takes app payments. It's all about managing your drivers. So there's no need for your direct debits or you guys going to the post office. They can do it via the app. It's all interfaces directly into the booking system. So there's no one sitting at the end of a PC checking who's paid and who is not paid. It's all automated. So we've addressed that manner, and we've also looked at how the future of digital payments are going to interface with our system, and Driverpay already tells that now.
Okay,
it takes you through the app.
And what is the challenge that you have with all these different payment systems?
Okay, so basically we have very strong commercial partners. A part of our strategy and a part of our roadmap was to make sure that our commercial partners, which is the banks, were on board, and obviously very specialized banks which adopt new technology. If we go back to an operator, and an operator is allowing their drivers to pay by digital payments, chip and pin, or through our app, the first question is for an operator is, where's my money going to? Is it going to Driverpay? Are we holding that money in an account? Will Driverpay be here next week, or will I be in Miami on some beach with their £100,000? So that's ruled out for a start. That's ruled out. Driverpay company does not hold anybody's money whatsoever. Our commercial banks, which is our commercial partners, we set our clients up. So there is an onboarding process for all our clients, especially for the digital payment part of the product. So every client that comes on board will go through this onboarding process with the bank, and they will get mid numbers, and then from those mid numbers the bank controls all our digital payments. So if it's from the kiosk, the chip and pin, or if it's from our app, the bank controls that, the customer's in control, and then everything's within that ecosystem through the bank.
Mm-hmm. So Lee, is there any resistance to actually moving away from cash handling onto a more sophisticated system like Driverpay?
There's always resistance with any new technology, any new change. You're always going to get some type of resistance, and it's not about just listening to the client and letting them have the resistance. It's about educating, about teaching them.
So what's the arguments?
The argument is they're not big enough. Their fleet's not big enough. We have done our business model. We know what size of fleets we're targeting. We know the size of fleets where our technology works with. And then that's one resistance, is we're not big enough. We don't have enough drivers. This won't work for us. Mm-hmm. Which then we can rule that out, because we can go and see the client and actually put good case studies in place. Then actually you are big enough. Mm-hmm. And our product is going to reduce your staff time down. It's going to reduce your security risk down. It's going to automate your process, where you can take that energy and time and adopt that into their business model now. That's just trying to win clients across. That's a small resistance. Another part of the resistance is how they handle their cash flow. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're too used to cash, and they're keen on bringing in cash, where our technology is cash and digital. So it's all about educating to say, yes, we understand that your drivers or you as operators want the cash, but is it not better to take a split between cash and digital payments? So throughout a time process, yes, you're still taking cash on site, but you're also adapting to the new digital age of taking digital payments through the bank. And obviously that is where they need to go. Nevertheless, they won't have a choice. Within the next 10 years, everybody will be taking digital payments, And a part of our technology is just to help them through that process, to ease that process with them as well, and to educate them.
So the world of money is not going to get any simpler. And so what you're saying is that you cover all the different types of,
Changing.
types of payment systems that are out there with cash in the middle. And I reckon you've probably taken a view of how long cash will be a dominant form and how long the problem will exist of managing cash alongside all the electronic systems. Because presumably, if cash disappeared, you could get away with not having a kiosk. So what is the prediction for cash remaining, if you like, king within the driver's pay world?
Can I answer that one?
Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
answer?
Yeah.
Cash is always going to be around in this industry. It's the way it is. However, what happens is more and more people will be taking more app bookings. Uber and these other aggregators out there have proven that have adopted this. People want to app book. So the more app bookings they have, the more digital payments are going through their system. And the problem these taxi companies are going to have in the future is they're taking too much digital payments and not getting enough cash to pay the drivers and pay the staff and stuff. And whatever else they do with the cash, which is why by adopting the driver's pay and educating them into digital payments, controlling it all through a merchant account, so they can control the incoming through the digital app, the cash booking coming through the kiosk, and they can see it all on Fusion, everything coming in.
So presumably you've seen a transformation in the culture of the taxi companies that are using it. You've got rid of a lot of the arguments that surround what's been paid with cash and what may have been paid directly.
100%. That's the best part about it. It's literally takes away the headache of dealing with cash, with dropping cash into the safes, dropping cash into envelopes into the office, giving the staff cash, saying I paid this much money. No, you didn't. They said this much money going missing. I paid, and that's all drivers want to say is paid. With the automation system and with the driver's pay and with Fusion, you know exactly what's been paid at every point. You know your own cash flow. You control your cash flow. It's the best solution around on the market. If people look at it for what it is, it's not just a kiosk.
Right, you've convinced me that this is going to be a long-standing solution, that there's going to be a need for a lot of kiosks out there. Any particular issues that you foresee in terms of the way that money is developing, all these new electronic forms of payment, and also things like handling fraud and fraudulent transactions and stopping that happening?
Yeah, I'll answer that. So if you look at the kiosk with a cash element, one of our stronger partners for equipment is obviously the actual note mechanism within the machine. It's one of the top mechanisms within the industry, and there's very sophisticated security software within that note magazine. It's constantly updated. It's constantly tracked by the Bank of England. The note validator is also within the UK market here. Obviously, we've got different sectors in the UK. We've got Scottish tender, you've got Northern Ireland tender, and obviously you've got your English tender. So it doesn't matter where clients are located within the UK market. Our technology is constantly updated with the main banks, the main banking structures, and with obviously criminal activity and obviously people copying notes, constantly our software is being updated through the banking system. To this day, none of our machines have taken a fake note. If it does detect a fake note, it'll either hold a note, depending on the programming, it'll either hold a note and allocate what driver put that note in, or it'll spit the note back out again. That's within the programming. Each operator will set that up the way they want that. So an operator wants to keep the note and then tag it to the driver that actually tried to feed the fake note in. Any notes it's fed in and it is cap, it has to be destroyed. That's the cash with security element. With digital element, it's a very good subject you brought up, John, because right this moment in time within the UK banking market, we're going to go through a 3D secure digital security payments. At the moment, we're actually feeding that into our new Fusion app, our new mobile app. At the minute, the 3D secure is now being built in, and that's actually a European and EU legislation policy. And anyone taking card payments must have that fed into their technology, and our banking partner, we've fed that into our technology.
So ready-made compliance.
It's ready-made compliance because it's EU policy at the moment.
So you made it safe and simple, and so thanks very much for giving us an overview of how you've advanced and simplified the back office for taxi firms.
Thanks, John.